This bracket bolts to the original lower shock mount bracket on the rear end. And after drilling a pilot hole, we upsize bits to accept a 7/16 inch bolt. Just blow off those metal shavings, drop in the bolt, and cinch it down. This bracket mounts to the frame, and 2 of the bolt holes are already existing. So we install and tighten those 2 first, which helps line us up to drill out the frame for our 3rd bolt. Tell me when, big guy.
All right, let's try that. The upper control arms slide onto the mounts attached to the rear end and bolt into place.
Detroit Muscle presents Back to Basics, tips for the beginner gearhead.
When you're doing a full suspension install like we're doing on our Chevelle, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. One of those is the type of bushings you use in your control arms. The first type is rubber stock style bushings. These are good because the ride quality is really nice and you don't have to lubricate them, but over time they like to dry rot and crack, and there's a lot of deflection built into those, especially in a high performance application. On the other end of the spectrum are solid mounts, like this solid rod end here. These are great because there's absolutely no deflection built in, so this is good for like a race car. The problem is you're going to feel every little bump in the road, so there's got to be something in the middle. That's where these urethane bushings come in. They have all the benefits of a stock style mount, but without all the deflection. You got to make sure you lube them up, because if you don't, when you install them, they're going to make some noise, and that's why they get a bad rap. With our lowers bolted in as well, all of our control arms can be tightened.
Now it's time for our rear coilovers to mount to those brackets that we installed earlier. The rear sway bar is next, and with a little bit of persuasion, bolts to the lower control arms and gets tightened down. We added the bare brakes, and our rear is ready to roll.
Still ahead, we'll take a look at how to mount brake lines for great looks and reliability.
Hey guys, glad you made your way back. Now we're just about to the finish line with assembling our chassis for our 72 Chevelle project. The next task at hand is going to be installing the brake lines. Now to save us a bit of time, we went to year 1 and got us a full stainless steel kit for a 68 to 72. With it being stainless steel, you don't have to worry about it rusting or anything like that, and it's going to stay looking good for a long time. The kit includes both of them for the rear axle, the line that runs from the front to the rear of the car, both up front, left and right, and the ones that run down from the master cylinder. Now we're not going to worry about installing these quite yet because we're going to have to install an adjustable proportioning valve, but we'll cross that bridge later down the road. The first line we're going to install is